Death is beating, you have rescued me. Sing it out, Jesus is alive. The empty cross, the empty grave, life eternal, you have won the day. Shout it out, Jesus is alive. He's alive. Oh, happy day, happy day. You wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. I'll never be the same. Forever I'm changed. I'll never be the same. When I stand in that place, free at last, meeting face to face. I am yours, Jesus, you are mine. In this joy, perfect peace, earthly pain finally will cease. Celebrate, Jesus is alive. He's alive. Oh, happy day, happy day. You wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. I'll never be the same. Forever I'm changed. I'll never be the same. Oh, what a glorious day, what a glorious way. You have saved me, and oh, what a glorious day, what a glorious name. Oh, happy day, happy day. You wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. I'll never be the same. Forever I'm changed. I'll never be the same.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here with you today. Today is the best Sunday of the whole entire year. Today is the day that we celebrate that Jesus is alive. Hallelujah. Oh, it feels so good to say that word again. Hallelujah. Today is Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. And we have another phrase that we like to say in our church, especially on Easter. We always say, Christ is risen. And do you guys know how our congregation responds? Everyone in the church responds with, do you know it? Some of you probably do. You respond with, he is risen indeed. Hallelujah. Let's try it. Christ is risen. Oh, you guys are so great. Because it's Easter, I have a special video for all of you. It includes some games to play with your family. Now, one of those games calls for a chocolate bunny and icing. And if you don't have those things, no worries. Use a big piece of chocolate, a cookie, or even graham crackers. And instead of icing, use peanut butter or something else edible that would act like glue. Whatever you use, have fun. Enjoy the games and the video. I will see you all next week. Happy Easter, everyone. Bye.
Most Easter eggs? No, I'm gonna get the most Easter eggs, but I'm gonna get the most Easter eggs. Okay, how many Easter eggs are you gonna get? I'm gonna get like 12. I'm gonna get 13. Hi everyone! Happy Easter! I'm your host, and I am so excited that you've taken a few minutes to sit down and join me wherever you are. Together, we're gonna celebrate the most important event ever, Easter. Now, you and I both know Easter is about more than eggs and chocolate and that fake grass you'll be vacuuming up for weeks. It's about the biggest moment in human history. But before I get to that, I thought it might be fun to take a look at how Easter has been celebrated in the past. Whoa, okay, not quite as far back as the very first Easter. See, at that time, Jesus' disciples were hiding behind closed doors. And well, I think we've all had enough of that in the last year. I'm talking about the way our great-grandparents celebrated Easter in style. Okay, let's be real. Some of you are in your PJs right now, or at least your comfy clothes. But earlier generations really knew how to make the day festive. And of course, some of the traditions we know and love today started many years ago. Take Easter eggs. See, Easter eggs were first decorated more than 500 years ago as a symbol of new life. Check this out. You've got egg art of all kinds. Carved eggs, wooden eggs, whoa! Painted eggs, it's so beautiful. And the classic plastic eggs. But my personal favorite? The chocolate cream egg. See, in the United States, we even have a national tradition called the Easter egg roll that has happened every year at the White House since 1878. And since none of us are actually at the White House today, I thought it would be fun for every family to do your very own Easter egg roll right now. So, first, figure out how many in your family are going to play. Then, go get an egg for each family member. It can be a plastic egg, or if you're hardcore, use real eggs. You got 30 seconds to go grab them right now. Got your eggs? Perfect. Now for your egg roll. Okay, I need you to find a place in your house where your whole family can line up side by side as if you're on an imaginary starting line. Then create a finish line on the floor as far as you can from the starting line. This could be a pillow, a towel, anything. Then your family will count down from 3 and start rolling your egg from the starting line to the finish line. First family member to get your egg to the finish line wins. Ready, set, okay, wait. You can't just roll the egg with your finger. That's too easy. You have to roll the egg with your nose. Boom! Okay, everybody ready? We're putting a 1-minute timer on the clock. This Easter egg roll is happening in 3, in 2, 1, go! hope you had a lot of not so serious fun with those Easter eggs. And if a few of them got busted, well, as you'll see in just a few minutes, Easter is all about things that are messy and broken, and finding a way to put it all back together again. But right now, I've got one more classic Easter tradition to share with you. Chocolate Easter bunnies! Mom, I thought we got the big ones. No? That's okay. It's gold. The first ones showed up in Germany in the mid-1850s, but they became popular in 1890 when an American shop owner stuck a 5-foot chocolate bunny in his window. 5 feet! That's taller than a lot of you. Oh, and kids, I really think you should know, 81% of parents will sneak some of their kids' Easter candy. Watch your baskets. With that in mind, we've got a special activity for your family called Bust Your Bunny! First, figure out how many in your family are going to play. The more the merrier. Then, you need a chocolate bunny and some icing, or frosting, for each player. Doesn't matter how you say it, or if it comes in a tube or a tub. You can play in teams if you like. You'll also need 1 hand towel and 1 hammer. Yeah, I said hammer. But don't sweat it if you can't get one right now. A book? A can of soup? Even your fist will work. Okay, press pause now to get everything and everyone in position for the game. I'll wait right here. Okay, got everything? All right, here's how you play. First, each player or team will need to bust their bunny. Yep, you heard me. Cover the chocolate bunny with a hand towel to prevent any flying pieces. Then, give the bunny a whack with the hammer. Trust me, don't go crazy here. 1 solid smack will do. Ready? And... oh. Yeah, just 1. Once everyone has properly busted up their bunny, the game is ready to begin. Your whole family will count to 3 and then begin gluing the bunny back together with their tube or tub of frosting. The first team to finish wins. Got it? Oh, and it has to look good, right? Oh yeah. Bust Your Bunny is happening in 3, in 2, 1, go! Wow, that was a mess, but I'm sure your results were, well, creative. And delicious. And make sure you post a pic of your glued back together bunny on social media. Show all your friends and your family. Now, as we've said earlier, Easter is all about something good coming out of something bad. It's about a plan that God formed from the foundation of the world, just like this lily grew from a dry bulb in the dark earth. God's plan took shape out of darkness and brokenness. And at the right time, he brought about the most amazing, breathtaking, beautiful event this world has ever known. Let's take a look.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story. Inspired by the entire Bible.
In the beginning, God created a magnificent paradise, and everything in it was good. He created water and land and plants and trees and birds and fish and animals. And then, from the very dust of the earth, God created a man called Adam. He created a woman called Eve. They were the first 2 people on earth, made in God's image, living peacefully in paradise. Adam and Eve were friends with God, but then they made a terrible choice. God had given Adam and Eve one rule.
You must not eat the fruit from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. If you do, you will certainly die.
But the temptation was too great for Adam and Eve. They broke God's rule, and what was once a paradise became a broken world. People started telling lies.
It was the woman you put here with me. She made me eat it.
Brother fought against brother.
No!
Selfishness spread through generations. When there had been peace in the garden, now there was pain and sin and death separating people from their Creator. But God had a plan to make peace once again with the people He loved so much. Hundreds of years after Adam and Eve broke His rule, God chose a man named Abraham and said,
All nations on earth will be blessed because of you. Look up at the sky. Count the stars if you can. That's how many children will be born into your family.
So Abraham had a son, Isaac, and Isaac grew up to have 2 sons of his own, Jacob and Esau. And those 2 sons had children of their own. Jacob, who God renamed Israel, he himself had 12 sons. So God had given Abraham a huge family just like He promised. But God's people, the Israelites, were still lost and broken, separated from Him. They still did not have peace. They didn't have peace when God rescued them from slavery in Egypt, when God led them through the Red Sea to escape their enemies.
Okay, great. But what are we supposed to eat out here in the desert? Sand?
The nation of Israel didn't have peace when God gave them a new law.
These commandments are hard. We want a king like all the other nations.
They didn't even get peace when God gave them a king.
The king's laws are no fair. We want a new God, like all the other nations.
Nope, nothing gave God's people lasting peace. They were still lost and broken and separated from God for thousands of years. But God had not forgotten the promise He made to Abraham.
All nations on earth will be blessed because of you.
God still had a plan to show the people just how much He cared for them. He knew this broken world would never be able to rescue itself, so God made a way. God sent His Son, Jesus, to bring peace on earth once and for all. Jesus grew up and He taught people love and compassion, forgiveness and grace. He healed the sick and befriended the outcasts. He saw what was wrong and made it right. He loved the world and its people so deeply, He gave His life on a cross to pay for the sins of the whole world.
Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing.
In Colossians, the Apostle Paul tells us God made peace through Christ's blood, through His death on the cross. When Jesus chose to give up His life, He paid the cost of every sin ever committed and every sin that had yet to be committed. People no longer had to be separated from God. But in the 3 dark days immediately following Jesus' death, His followers didn't understand all of that yet. They huddled in the dark, afraid that they too might be arrested or even killed.
Who's there?
Early on the morning of the 3rd day, Mary Magdalene arrived at the home where the disciples were staying.
They have taken the Lord out of the tomb. We don't know where they have put Him.
The disciples stared at each other in shock. Then, Peter and John lunged for the door. They raced each other all the way back to the tomb where Jesus had been placed.
The tomb really is empty.
There are the linen cloths they wrapped Him in.
Peter and John returned home, still uncertain and confused. And Mary Magdalene, who had followed them, stayed behind in the garden. And as she wept, she noticed a man standing nearby. And at first, she thought he was the gardener.
Sir, did you carry Jesus away? Tell me where you put Him.
Mary.
The instant the man spoke, Mary Magdalene knew immediately who he was. It was Jesus, alive again.
Teacher!
Overjoyed, Mary returned to the disciples to share the incredible news.
I have seen the Lord.
It was true. Jesus had come back from the dead. He's more powerful than sin, more powerful than death. And through Him, we can have peace with God and work toward peace with others as God intended from the very beginning.
Wow. You know, I hear that story every Easter, and it always amazes me. I mean, God sent Jesus to the world to remind me that he is greater than anything that can go wrong in my world. The simple fact that Jesus came back to life is proof to me that I can face anything bad that happens. When you believe in Jesus and follow him, you begin living in peace with a God who can always take broken pieces and make them into something amazing. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you had fun, and I hope you spend the rest of the day making some great memories with your family. Happy Easter, everyone. Bye.
I can't stop singing, singing, singing about you. I can't stop shouting. Whoa! I can't stop, I won't deny it. Nothing's ever gonna keep me quiet. You have saved my life. I can't stop singing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can't stop singing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can't stop singing. I was lost with blinded eyes, searching for the meaning of my life. When you found me, I was bound by sin and shame. Your voice of freedom called my name. When you found me, now I see a love that's shining light into my soul. Now I know I'm yours forever. You won't let me go. I can't stop singing, singing, singing about you. I can't stop shouting. Whoa! I can't stop, I won't deny it. Nothing's ever gonna keep me quiet. You have saved my life. I can't stop singing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can't stop singing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can't stop singing. Like a river you rushed in, stole my heart and covered all my sin. When you found me, now I see a love that's shining light into my soul. Now I know I'm yours forever. You won't let me go. I can't stop singing, singing, singing about you. I can't stop shouting. Whoa! I can't stop, I won't deny it. Nothing's ever gonna keep me quiet. You have saved my life. I can't stop singing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can't stop singing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can't stop singing. We are alive now. We're gonna rise up. Nothing's gonna stop us now.